All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. It is time for KFLive number 199. That is correct. Let's do this thing. We are one away. Next week will be the 200th episode of KFLive. That is pretty insane, to say the least. And tonight, our guest is going to be Scab from ChoirBoyz Cutlery. Should be a lot of fun. And Trevor's over here going, who? ChoirBoyz Outdoors. What did you say?
I didn't say who, I said ooh.
Ooh. Scab is, it stands for his name. It's a short. Anyway, I thought you were reacting to me calling him Scab. But anyway, Trevor's over here playing and whatever else. So Donna Malinkovich is in here. Jay Corskadden, channel member, was up. Pins and Pin Blades is in the house. Jim Miller is also in the house. channel member and moderator. Marco is always here. Love to see it. Everybody saying hello to Trev. Hello, Mr. Mallory. Dylan Mallory in the house. James Alton, channel member and snowy neighbor to my northeast, excuse me, northwest. No, I was right in the first place. Doing good. Hey, John Paul Trujillo. Good to see you. Trying to make sure I don't miss Tim B when he pops up in the chat so I don't get in trouble. Hey, Waylon, what's going on? Hey, Bluminati Ninja, channel member. I have no idea. What game is that, Trevor? Fortnite, right? Yep, Fortnite. Yep. Kelly White, hello, channel member. Good to see you. Andrew Hubbard is jumping on. He says he's going to go watch his Buckeyes win the national championship. All right, here we go, Andrew. We're getting a score prediction live from Trevor. Trevor, national championship score tonight.
Ohio State, too many, Notre Dame, not enough.
Ohio State, too many, Notre Dame, not enough, says Trevor. That's what you get. That is quality breakdown of the game right there. Hey, Gabe Owners, what's going on? Good to have you here as well. All right, guys, start letting me know. What? What is going on? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. But anyway, thanks for everyone being here. Okay, can we please, where's my moderator? You guys got to take care of me, man. Trevor, you need to stop. Hey, Tim, what's going on? All right, can somebody totally and completely remove that person that I just said their name from the chat, please? I got it. Goodbye. Oh, see, this is the kind of crap that happens around here. Bam. So goodbye. I can't believe I read that. I just, read people's names. Trevor's the one with the perverted mind that just, anyway.
Actually, I didn't get it.
Okay, it's Liv's fault. Okay, got it. You guys got me all derailed over here. Carrying the Night Sky Microjet and the Rough Rider Hawk in the blue denim. My Cardiff for Blue Monday. And by the way, Tim B, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. You guys got to take care of me. I'm gullible. I read things, okay? Let's see. Chris Warras says, go Buckeyes. There we go. Ron Crow, channel member. Good to see you here. Tempest. Whoops. Jim Miller with the Tempest. Blue Jetstream. Tanasi Lake Teardrop. Aries EDC Thorn, all in blue. Hey, CB. Hey, Kathleen Smith. I think everybody missed it. Nobody's even reacting to it, Trevor. So you and Liv were the only two that actually got it until I kept saying it in my head 5 times. High Grains Design DeVille in black. Whoops. In black carbon fiber for Nick Travellini. There we go. Hey, Ron Dobbins. I'm doing good. I hope you are as well. What's everybody else carrying? Is nobody else carrying anything? Kelly caught it. Okay, good, Kelly. Good job. Kelly Weaver. There's 2 Kellys in here. I love the teardrop. I will say mine has developed a little bit of a lazy close, which is interesting. It wasn't yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kevin C. Burgundy Tempest Pinion for James Alton. Very, very cool. Well, good, Pins. You should just ignore it and not go back and listen or anything like that. Tri-stash and a titanium smock for Jay Korskadin or Korskadin or Jay. Jay, the guy that wants a downdraft and can't quite have it yet. Hello, Aries, carrying the Tempest Microjet and the Dust Devil in blue. Remet Woodpecker in titanium. Kaiser Veritas in titanium. Jack Wolf Venom as well for Ron Dobbins. Dang, that's a nice carry, sir. Everybody hit that thumbs up. And Dylan's got a prototype. You got to at least tell us which prototype it is. Well, you don't have to. Still carrying my Microtech SOCOM Bravo and a Dawson Smuggler Acid Copper finish. Really cool for John. Paul Trujillo, very cool. Nothing in the pockets, but I have an Aries pedal on the desk for Kathleen. Very cool. Spyderco Siren LC200N, Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow for Michael. Michael's always got the cool stuff. Good to have you here, Michael. Civivi Dogma. Trevor's got one of those, but this one's in copper. Very cool, Conal. Good to have you here. Trevor's got a blue one of those. Is that everybody? Did I get everybody? There are 56 people in here. Wait a minute. There's Chris Warras with the CRK Large and Cozy, blue 3.5 McNeese, and a blue Aries Thorn. Very cool. Mallory Spectra for Dylan. Getting V2 prototypes made soon. Sounds good, my friend. Yeah, the Dogma was a very cool one for sure. Kubi Wrath, KB Hydro Artisan Mini Arion, Tactile Bear for Knives Are Life. Good to have you here. Hey, JD, Daily Gear Guide. See what you did with the daily and anyway. No, wait a minute. I read your comment right off the bat, Tim. If you could see the chat on my end, I want one of you guys that picks on me about not reading the chat to come try to read this chat. It goes like, I'm doing my best, okay? Jim is trying to eat some super hot dumplings. Very cool. Sounds good. Sunday, Carrie. It's Monday, though. Is the Jack Wolf Bionic Jack with 80s camo carbon fiber? It's Monday, John Paul. It's Monday. So, John Paul Trujillo, not Jones. No. All right. So today for me, I had the blue Carry, of course. Rusty Knife Lover has got the Boy Scouts of America camp knife. Very nice, sir. I saw that. I have one of those as well. Rusty is, of course, a longtime channel member. Oh, I love Tim B. He's just picking on me. No problem. You can pick on me all you want. Microburst Pink CJRB Mini Pyrite for Mrs. Yonan, and a tiny Sog Falamov Mini Light for Neil McKenzie. Good to see you, Neil. All right, first knife. Oh, cool. First knife in the pocket today is the CJRB Locust with the extra lock. This is the budget version with that kind of crazy daggerish bayonet blade, basically. Oh, Brian's in the house. Brian, another channel member with the Microjet. Nice fast edition microburst with blue dyed micarta and a blue fractus. Holy Tempest Monday for Brian. Very nice. Kurt Eisen, I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. Yeah, look at that. Rusty Knife Lover channel member for 37 months. And Rusty is the one that introduced me to our guest tonight, Scab. I didn't know his channel existed, and Rusty said, go check this guy out. So I did, and we're having him on tonight. There is your Daleka salute, Mr. Rusty. Second knife in the pocket today is the blue micarta Vosti Porcupine with the top liner lock. Are you still laughing at me? Don't laugh at me anymore.
Oh, I did use one of your two of the rechargeable batteries in this.
Cool. Nice. Very cool. Glad to hear it. Dagger knives. Holy crap. Dagger knives. Toothpick with a 4.8-inch blade and a buck bantam for Kurt. Nice. Got the big stuff, of course. There's a GEC Warney on Blade Binge for $135. Very cool. So that is your porcupine, of course. Well, this was like, no, Goondocks. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. No, I'm saying I didn't know he existed way back when until Rusty told me. He had his channel was tiny back then. It had just started. And now he's like past me, and he's like about to pass everybody else. So that's really, really cool. I'm talking about 2 or 3 years ago. So third knife today is on the belt. And look at that blue. That looks cool, doesn't it? Blue glow. We got the Tempest Knives designed Kubi Dust Devil today. This guy's been busy. It was stump sticking. It was cutting a sandwich earlier. Cut open a box. This guy's been really busy today. What a great knife. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. It's a little dirty, but yeah, it's a good one. I got some more hats, hopefully on the way soon. I ordered them a long time ago, and they haven't shown up yet, which is redonkulous, but that's okay. Now, we are sitting at 26,760. And as you guys know, I am trying super hard to see if we can get to 27,000 by next Monday night. It seems pretty sketchy right now. We need 240 more subs by next Monday because I kind of want the 200 and a milestone to hit at the same time. So if you know anybody that's not following the channel, tell them about it. But that's okay. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We'll celebrate either way, but it's just fun. Okay, Keith the Knife Freak has a Spartan Harzy 3.5 today. And for those of you thinking this was a national holiday, I got a package today. It was, but I still got mail delivery, but I had a package out there to pick up because I saw one was out for delivery. And I'm like, but they left my package and left the new package as well. David Tooley is a channel member and has been for 21 months. There's your Daleka salute, and he's got a blue Jetstream, a blue Spyderco Military 2, Fair Monster Urban Grip, nice. Parker Jotter in KF Blue. Ed's got a Pony Stout. Where'd you go, Ed? Where'd you go, Ed? Ed flew off my screen right when I was trying to click on him. Rob H. Hello, sir. Rob's got a pair of 3 and 15V. Very nice, sir. Neil McKenzie, I think you're back to being a member, right? It says new member, but I think you've been one before. But thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. There's your Daleka salute. Now, the package I got contained this. I want you guys to just feast your eyes on this beautiful knife. This is the Traditional Pocket Knives.com C. Reisner Cutlery Kentucky Holler Jack in abalone. These are dropping. Shoot, why am I going to forget when they're dropping? Tim, help me out here. Is it Friday? Dang it. I cannot remember. So here we go. I do not have a Delica. I have a Daleka. I don't have a Delica. I had a Delica Warncliffe and I sold it because it's just not my favorite knife. I didn't care for it, but that's just me. But there you go. Beautiful blade shape. Ridiculously gorgeous looking blade shape. I am loving this. This is, and look at the size, guys. Just out of curiosity, let's get out, if I can find it, one of the mini Jack Wolfs. Let's see if I can find the mini cyborg. No, wait, there's a mini. Okay, here we go. Here is the Jack Wolf Little Bro. Whoop. Pins and Pin Blades back to being a member as well. You guys are killing it. Thank you very much. There you go. Pins, there is your Daleka salute. There's one of your stickers in there tonight. If you guys don't follow Pins and Pin Blades, go check him out. Really great little channel as well. Here's your comparison. Whoops. Hey, Chris Wheeling, what's up, man? There's your comparison to the Little Bro Jack. And the Cyborg Mini is about the same size as well. So definitely a really cool small knife, to say the least. Yeah, well, it says you're a new member, but I don't know. I get it. So what do you guys think of that little guy? Yeah, I get it. That's usually what happens. Some kind of credit card changing or whatever. Yeah, I get it. No problem. Let's see. Byron Kennedy. Hello, hello. You miss living in a holler? That's awesome, Dylan. This is really nice. And the walk and talk is good. Not super snappy, but not super overdone. Really nice sharpening choil. You have an easy open cutout here. So you can just grab a hold of that sucker just like that. Very, very, very cool. So I'm digging that. That came in today. That was the only thing that came in It looks like, they just delivered packages today. That was it. So really interesting. This is my first time being a member. Oh, you're new, Pins. Okay. Well, Pins, send me your address and I'll send you some stickers. Now, I will say, guys, and I'm going to pull this notebook out right here. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 5 people behind getting you stickers. And I'm going to put this notebook right here to remind me to get that done in the next couple of days. I am sorry. And definitely, yeah, I'm hearing you. What's up, Tim? What did I do now? Dude, I'm not joking. This chat goes like this. When you type that message, it's already off my screen. It's on my screen on StreamYard. It's gone already. Oh, Father is in the house. I'm doing my best, man. Oh, did you win it, Rusty, from JB? I still haven't given mine away. I have 2 kind of odd knives that I haven't given away yet. I need to get that done. I gave you all the info. Okay, Tim, I'm sorry, dude. I asked you for it. You gave it. I missed it. I apologize. So about some size. What? Can you show it again? Can I show the Kentucky Holler Jack again? Sure. Here you go. This is the Kentucky Holler Jack. I saw Scab come in for a minute and then he left. I hope he comes back. What did I say? Oh, it was a gift. Okay. Yeah, so Drew Peacock, here is the Kentucky Holler Jack. Casey, that package should be there tomorrow. Nice. So I got that tomorrow and my Monterey Bay knives, Sabertooth tomorrow. By the way, did you guys see the Sabertooth Sanford put up for about 2 seconds today that somebody bought that had the snake skin pattern on it? Holy. That was pretty epic. That's cool. I'd probably give it away at some point, Knives Are Life, but we'll see. All right. I see him. He's getting settled. We'll give you a minute, Scab. We'll give him a minute to get settled. So yeah, that was called the Kubi Rogue. And if you guys are interested, definitely check it out. And you can get 10% off at Kubi using KC20LT as your code. I need to, I was discussing with my kids today, if I could ever hire anybody, I think I'd hire somebody to help me with the following things: titles, thumbnails, and updating my description. Because I am way behind. I've got, like, for example, I've got a new code with Tuya, which is Knives Fast. It gives you 10% off on Tuya. It's not in my description yet. But here's what I would tell you guys. At this point in time, if you're going shopping somewhere, pop in Knives Fast and see if it works, okay? But I will try to get it. I will try to get that updated as soon as I can. Scab, if you're good, give me a thumbs up, my friend. I don't think he hears me. And he's frozen. Yeah, he's frozen. Let's see. Daddy. Oh, are more of them coming up? Are more of them happening? I see what you just said, Johnny. So, yeah, just watch them for me, please. Thank you. So I hopefully don't do it again. Okay, Scab, how about a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, cool. All right. So, guys, if you don't know, there's this channel, and I was just talking about Rusty Knife Lover introduced me to this channel probably, I don't know how long. We'll ask him how long he's been going. But shortly after he started his channel, Scab has been around. It was ChoirBoyz Cutlery, and now he's ChoirBoyz Outdoors, and he is smoking us all. I'm sitting down here at 26,000 subs. Uh-oh. Yeah, there he is. Okay. And Scab, this guy, is like at 100 million subs or something like that. And just trying to smoke everybody. So how you doing tonight, Scab?
I am good, man. How about you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can. I appreciate it.
I am good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. And no, my code does not work at Walmart. I meant knife places. Yo, I will get the description updated as soon as I can. But seriously, Tuya, I have one that isn't in my description. I have one at Blade Bin Shop that's not in my description. I just got to update it, and I have 0 time. So, yeah, there we go. But yeah, good to see you, my friend. So if you guys aren't familiar with Scab, first of all, I don't know how that's possible. We are kind of Scab. Is this? Let's see if you think this is a fair characterization. Our approach to knives is a little bit different. I would say quite different. I'm more of the stick it under the camera here and talk about the knife guy, and Scab is going to come out to your car and stab your tires. No, just kidding. But yeah, Scab is the testing guy. I mean, does a lot of brutal testing to even something as a lot of people would never think to do it to, a slip joint or a fixed blade or any kind of folder or whatever. Yeah, tires are pretty tough. You got that right, Pins. So Scab, tell me, dude, this is what I want to know.
Yes.
How did this start for you? I know you had a lot. You don't have to go into the whole details if you don't want to. You had a lot going on in your life, but why a knife YouTube channel?
It honestly, without going into a lot, man, it intrigued me. It looked like fun. I love knives, and
Okay.
I really had no concept of what I was doing at all. But I thought, you know what? I need to burn some time. I need to be busy. I need to keep my mind busy. And I thought it was I just wanted to try it. I seen Donnie B all day, Advanced Knife Bro. I was really fortunate to see a lot of guys that were having fun doing it. And so I thought, man, I can do that. And then I
Yeah.
found out that I really couldn't. It's different. It's way different than anybody thinks. So that's how. And I've enjoyed
Yeah.
it, Casey. I really have. It's been a blast, man.
Yeah, that's and what I think is interesting is, and this I've said this, and Scab would tell you this in a heartbeat because we've talked about this. I'm so glad that there are so many of us out here, because you might see Scab with a Work Tough gear knife that's about this long, and you might see me with this little guy cutting a sandwich, and he might be cutting his sandwich with that. And I think it's cool that you're gonna see different stuff. Scab, I will tell you this, man. I think I'm just gonna have to come for you, because I did a Spyderco video last week, pitting 2 different steels against each other and 2 different knives, and it blew up. It's doing really, really well. And I'm like, man, I guess I need to do, all I did was cut sisal rope and paper and about 30 feet of cardboard on each knife. Like, I'm talking this way 30 feet and like slicing. So it's
Right.
more like 100 feet of slices. But I cut with those and just kept cutting, and people really like that stuff. So I guess I need to do a little bit more of that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, people. I think people like the comparison. Spyderco seems to be a brand that kind of trips the algorithm, if you will.
Yep.
And the truth is, man, Arizona, how are you, Bubba? The truth is, Casey, when I started, I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I just didn't know. And then a lot of my first reviews were just riding around in the truck. And then I thought, you know what? I better do something a little different. You guys, the beauty of it is, and I've said this a million times, every knife review has value, right? Even if it's something I disagree with, which is rare. I look at things like, hey man, that's you, that's your opinion. Cool. You know, knives are probably one of the most subjective things on here. I was going to ask you, because I find this fascinating, and I ask a lot of people, do you ever feel like you're trapped in a style of knife?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I mean, again, I feel like I feel like I'm trapped, but I think maybe I've trapped myself, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I think if people expect a certain thing from me, yeah. And I think people probably expect, I bet you hear it if suddenly you do a lot on like a small slip joint or something. People are like, that's not a beast of a knife. What are you doing? So
Well, I don't hear it. They just don't watch it. So it's like, okay.
yeah,
So
it's you know, my thing is, you know, there's so many channels out here. It's just how do you cut through the noise, and how do you, you know, how do you get people to watch? You know, I'll tell you today, Scab, it's I try to not watch the numbers, the uh, the analytics numbers as much as I probably should. And on the days I do watch it, I just want to pull what little, you know, my beard hair out, because, you know, like for today, I thought I had a really good thumbnail for my video today. It comes out of the box, it's getting like 10% click-through rate. I'm like, yes, sir. And by the end of the day, it's like 4%. And I'm just like, I got nothing. So I
it's a
think
crap
what
shoot.
I hear what you're saying about being trapped, but I think I made a resolution about 2 or 3 months ago that I was just going to do what I do, and whatever happens, happens. But things like the Spyderco video are things that I've learned and I've gone, okay, this is working for somebody else. Let's try it here and there, but not change my style. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, here's where I've come to the conclusion. My short form stuff does very, very well.
Yes, sir.
My long form stuff, and I think a lot of that is probably title and probably thumbnail. And what I found is I enjoy the long form so much, I kind of do it for myself, if that makes sense. Or
Right.
I do it for the knife maker. And then if people watch it, great. The shorts I enjoy. They're just fun. The short-term
Well,
stuff is fun. And so I
let's
watch
jump
that.
in. Let's jump in and talk about some of your shorts, because I think your style is you. I think, I mean, of course, you've got the stuff where you're out in the front yard or backyard or whatever it is, chopping something. You've got the stuff where you got the paper on the counter and you're cutting down through a knife. You've got, you know, you have a style. I'm pretty sure when I see something, you know, or you're standing there slicing paper or whatever, or the hacking the tire in the trunk, you know. I think people know what to expect when they see you. They know what they're going to expect, and I think that might be, you know, you developed a brand. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. And the truth is you embrace it. I've told a lot of guys this. If um you know, I have two audiences, long form, which tend to be like your ride or dies, right?
Right.
They're the folks that are with you no matter what. And then your short form stuff, man, that's you're putting yourself out there. And I think it's good for everybody to do that, because you get a good taste of humble pie real quick,
Right.
because you
Right.
leave the confines of, you know, the big kumbaya community that I mess with you about. But there is safety. But there's safety and there's love and there's camaraderie in that. And when you go out and do shorts, man, you're
Right.
my two highest shorts. I just had one, I think went over 2.5 million. Literally
Wow. Woo.
95% of the comments are making fun of my eye, right? The one I
Right.
got 9 million on, they're making fun of my weight. But what I've learned from that is this: just don't worry about it and have fun. Some
Right.
people are laughing with you, you know, and I've learned if I go back and I put the big one up where they made fun of my weight, man, and it wasn't that I was defensive. I work in an industrial environment. We talk a lot of junk to each other every day. Which,
Right.
if you do that online, people are like, "Oh, don't let it get to you." Well, it's not. But you can put those two videos up and see my responses, and I've learned, and you learn,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So
My response typically, Scab, I don't even take the bait anymore. It's literally thanks for watching. That's my comment back, because I just it's not healthy for me to get uptight about it. You know, it's funny, ever since I started doing that, by the way, the egghead comments have gone away. They'll hit the chat right now because I just brought it up.
Right.
But you know,
There's not much
it's
they can tell me.
yeah, there you go. So it's just, you know, it's kind of trying to figure all that out. With me, you know, I do 3 or 4 shorts a day. I was at a point doing 7 and 8 shorts a day, and I really feel like, uh-oh, what are we laughing about?
No, I'm laughing at you because I did.
Yeah.
Me and you were talking.
Yeah, I
Rusty was
did. I was
saying,
doing 7 and 8 a
yeah,
day, and I feel like it was actually hurting me.
you could.
It slowed down growth like crazy, so I've gone down to 3 or sometimes 4 a day. And that's that. I mean, it's just YouTube kind of the algorithm is screwy. Jared Neve's kind of been trying to give me some advice, but we've got totally different styles too.
Yeah.
So you know, it is what it is. I'm still going to be me. And you know,
Jared's a good one to talk to.
yeah, look at that. We love you, Scab. We'll go to war for you. There you go,
Love
Arizona.
you
That's
too,
good.
brother. Love
See,
y'all.
there's the eggs. There's the eggs in the comments. Gotta love it. So the one for me, Scab, is I don't know if you've probably noticed this, but I do vertical streams, and the vertical streams are treated just like shorts.
Yes.
And the vertical streams draw the psychos.
Yeah.
They really, really do. But what I learned, thank God for Keith the Knife Freak, Tim B, Jim Miller, Bluminati Ninja, all of my moderators, because they just literally, Scab, you can say, you know, they did miss the one that I said earlier tonight, unfortunately. Somebody asked me, somebody new was here, and they said, I'm here. So I said their name, and it was not a good thing to say. But they usually snipe them before I can even get to them. I can't even see. So once I figured out my moderators, and got them just doing their thing and leave them alone for the most part, unless they go crazy. You know, that's been good. All right. I do have some actual questions.
So let's do it.
Now, again, you've called yourself ChoirBoyz Outdoors now, so maybe that tips this, but if you had to pick one style and you couldn't have the other, fix or folder?
Move.
Hey, Rory, by the way, good to see you. The good news is you get both, so it's okay.
I'll be honest with you, because of the route we've taken with the channel, it'd have to be fixed. I'd be a dead man walking if I went, and I love folders.
Yeah, so somebody was asking about what's the Barlow that you keep cutting with?
Oh, the Otter Creek Barlow from
the Otter
Rosebud
Creek
Place.
Barlow. Yeah, somebody was asking for me to get you started talking about that one.
Oh, I love that. I mean, that's the thing is, I grew up, Casey. My first knife was a Barlow. My dad's a preacher. Has been for 54 years. So I grew up in a little town, Hazelhurst, Georgia. And one of my grandfather's best friends up there, the old man went to my dad's church. Brother James gave me a Barlow knife. So Barlow's always been very special to me. And then using the Rosecraft, I started off with just their regular Barlow. But the Otter Creek, man, it just goes and it goes and it goes.
Hey, Big Red.
And it goes, you know. And so I mean,
and a lot of people give bad rap to the D2 steel, but man, that stuff will cut.
Dude, they've done, and it'll hold an edge. I'm averaging, Casey, about 35 days before I sharpen it. And in all fairness, I probably run it a little too much, a little too dull for a lot of people's liking.
Right.
But man, look, every 35 days, and we're cutting ratchet strap, we're cutting sandblast hose, we're cutting things that nobody's going to cut, right? Every day. So for it to, and I'll tell you, the walking.
No, nobody's going to cut 30 feet of cardboard either. I mean, nobody's.
Exactly.
One guy said to me, "Should I be concerned about my 15V pair of 3?" And I'm like, "How much stuff do you cut?" And he says, "Oh, I open a box here and there." I'm like, "That thing will go for 2 years before you need to sharpen it." So, you know, it's what you're doing is way more than most people are going to do with their knives, period. Yep. You still there? Yep.
Let me ask you one real quick.
Yeah,
since I think you've done it, how long have you been doing this? 9 or 10 years?
A little over 8.
Well, all right, okay.
Yep.
Do you ever find yourself ever just wanting to cut something without the camera on?
Yeah, absolutely. I do it. I actually do it here. I pull a knife out of the box, and the first thing I do is grab something and cut with it. I enjoy it.
So you don't cut your first. See, my first cut's always on camera, and that's
Maybe that's why your channel's doing better.
no, it's one of those things. It's like I'm afraid to miss something. Now, after the review, it's fair game, you know. And I do spend a lot of time just messing around and practicing. But
Being fair, it kind of depends on the knife. Like, for example, the 2 Spydercos, I did not cut one thing with them until I put them on camera. And so, yeah, no, Keith. Okay, Scab, we got a new rule on the Knives Fast channel. Don't cut zip ties with knives, because we have now had 4 or 5 people recently get sliced badly by cutting tight zip ties with a knife, like the tight ones, not loose hanging ones, the tight ones, and stabbing themselves.
Lord, I do it every day.
I know. You go for it.
That's part of my review. I do it every day.
Shoo,
and
you go for it, but I'm not.
Well, I cut myself all the time, brother. I cut myself left and right.
This is what I do with zip ties right here. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not a good knife guy, but this is for zip ties.
Well, you know why I do that? You know, it's not about sharpness, because any knife should cut a zip tie.
You would think.
My son used to do warehouse work, and I sent him, I think it was a Hinder and X18 or whatever it is, right? And he chipped the fire out of that blade. And I said, son, how, you know, he said, Dad, all I did was cut zip. I said, come on, man. He said, I promise you. I said, send it back to me. So he sent it, and I had it. It was, I guess it was, but it was just like a burnt edge. And I said, Hunter, he swore up and down, and I mentioned it in the video. And I actually had a couple people say, man, we chip blades with zip ties. So I just do it to see if it'll put pressure right there on the edge and do it that way.
Makes sense. That makes sense, because you're kind of laterally cutting, so it will pull on that grind, and if it's thin enough, you could snap it. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I cut look at this. I cut myself real bad last week, and I've not been able to use this finger properly. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to cut myself right now version. So, by the way, Will B, welcome, sir. Thanks for being here. And to everybody in the chat, and thanks, Will B, for being a member for 28 months. Everybody in the chat, I've missed a bunch of people coming in. How are you cutting yourselves? I don't know, Conal. I'm not the one. I cut myself not doing zip ties. I cut myself being an idiot.
What's going on, buddy?
There's JB. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Mr. JB. And by the way, guys, there's Scab. This is the next thing. Let's talk about this. This is important. So, guys, one of the things that impressed me early on with Scab, well, first of all, you know, the fact that you're so passionate about certain causes, but you know that you always try to lift up the smaller channels. And you know, there are always lots of channels in my chat, and I try very hard to, even if they're bigger than me, to shout them out. You know, it's what I do. So, so let's do 2 questions here. We'll start with this one. Number 1, where did that come from for you? And what are some channels that maybe are more like you that some of my people should know about? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I can tell you exactly where it started. It started with, he used to be the Backyard Samurai, Ken. Was the first guy to ever shout me out. And I'm the only cold steel guy, or had the guy that had cold steel on his channel. He shouted out. He's also the first guy who ever gifted me anything. in the
I
community.
remember you saying that. Yep.
And all he ever asked is I paid it forward. And I saw what an impact it had on me and just how much I appreciated it. Right. And it just, man, it meant the world. Some great channels. Peterbilt Knife Guy is doing an amazing series right now. Batoning a nail in half with knives. He's got a great series going on there. Great channel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's done some higher end knives. Peterbilt Knife Guy, really good dude to check out.
Definitely. There's a link to Scab's channel if you guys aren't following him. Definitely check him out.
Keith, thank you, bro.
Yeah, Keith,
there's a channel called Hunting for Hookers. He's a great one. Steins versus Knives, love that guy. Man, there's I'll tell you, Casey, you guys, you and Big Red and some of those guys like that really had a big impact on me early, welcoming me in. And so anything that I can do, to help, because it's
you shout me out all the time, man. I appreciate that. You do that all the time, and I truly appreciate it. And by the way, I was going to say, JB was really the first guy to sort of bring me into the community and really shout me out. And that's what made me bring it up, because I've always appreciated that and try to do it when I can. Pins and Pin Blains is another, he's been in here a lot, and we appreciate you, man. Check out his channel, Aries EDC. Aries is in here all the time. Check out his channel for sure. There's lots and lots of them in here for sure. And definitely Keith is putting up links to Scab's Insta as well. So definitely check that out.
Thank you.
As well. Now, the second question actually was from somebody, and I can't remember who it was a minute ago. You mentioned your dad was a preacher, and they want to know, is that where ChoirBoyz came from?
No, ChoirBoyz actually ChoirBoyz actually came from a softball team we had.
Okay.
And we played church league, and there were a lot of teams not fond of us. And somebody, it was one of those things thrown at us to be derogatory, so we rode with it.
There you go. Oh, Pins, I'll always shout you out, man. No problem, dude.
Everybody should shout somebody out. Everybody should shout somebody out. Tree Stabbing Troy, what's up, brother? Big Red is an example of a community guy, and it helps because you've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. Man, if we don't help each other, YouTube's not helping us.
No, not at all. Yep, not at all. Yeah, you got that right. Hey, Sterling Stutes. Hello, Anasso. Hello, East Tennessee EDC. Welcome. And yeah, Jim Miller is, and my mods are the best. And Jim is definitely a solid dude, Ian. And hello, Ian. And Angelo. Hello. Good to see everybody in here. Now, Scab, you were talking about cutting off camera. So here's the thing. What is the test when you get a knife in? What is the test you can't wait to do? What do you enjoy? What is that one that you're just like, ooh, can't wait to stab a tire with this, whatever it is?
It depends on the knife, but honestly, sliced paper is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're actually good at it. I suck at it, so I try not to.
Here's the thing. I think everybody thinks because of the channel that I just like big bashing, crashing knives, and I do. I really do. But what I love more than that is a really nice slicing knife, a knife with good edge geometry, something that just, I love that. I love that. I got one from
most of us would use on a daily basis, is a slicey, thin knife.
Well, I enjoy the pocket knives that I have from you are thin and slicing. And I really love using those. I like that. And Lefty.
Nice,
love Lefty.
Yeah, he loves Lefty. What's the little name you call him? What is it again?
Twinkle Toes McFingerbang.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I didn't either, Mike. That's why we asked the questions. So Mike didn't expect you to say paper test. That's not what I thought he was going to say. I'd love to get in there. And of course, he has to go find a tire and, all this other stuff. So paper, everybody's got paper. So, it's easy to just cut paper anytime. And for me, cardboard, because there's always cardboard in this house.
There's a lot of what an ASMR, the stimulation. There's nothing better in this world to me than having a sharp knife.
Right.
Now I have to be careful.
Yeah.
I have to be careful, especially with like work tooth gear and things like that, because I get a little selfish with the edge, and so I try to keep a couple of those that I don't really use hard for like the paper cutting, but I have to be careful with that.
Now I'll show you one that surprised me. This just came in last week, and the steel doesn't surprise me, but the fact that the brand is like this surprised me. This is the new Zero Tolerance, or ZT 0512. This is an auto, and it's actually, when you look at the back, it's pretty thick stock. I mean, we're not talking super thin stock, but we have a tall grind, and it comes way up top there, and we come down to a very nice edge. And by the way, Scab, it's crew wear steel, which happens to be one of my favorites. And whoops, now see guys, I'm so bad at slicing paper. Oh my gosh, I did this last night and was throwing paper all over the place with this knife, and now I can't do it. Okay, forget it. It doesn't cut at all. Scab's making me nervous. There we go. Okay. There we go. But anyway, it's extreme. There we go. It's extremely slicey. This guy is crazy. And yeah, you're right. There's just something about that that's just very satisfying.
Zero Tolerance is absolutely one of my favorites. I got one sitting right here beside me that I carry all the time.
There you go.
0301. 0301. It's absolutely one of my favorites.
Yeah, they make some really good ones. I got two of theirs, and I also got the 0044, which is much thinner.
Yeah.
And this one's in S45. Now that we're talking steels, let's get Scab riled up a little bit, guys. Ooh, look at that. What we got there?
This is from Fiddleback Forge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dude, it's dope. I'm going to release the video on it tomorrow.
Looks like you've been beating it up good.
Kills it, man. Andy kills it. I love this stuff. Talk to me on the steel.
All right. So I know you have made it very clear you're far from a steel snob, but there's obviously ones that work better or worse. But what's your philosophy? Scab, they want to know what steel's that big knife real quick.
3V.
The Fiddleback 3V.
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. Let me make.
I don't know.
Keep him busy. 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, he's gonna look.
Hold on,
Ian. This is a family show. I'm not sure Cole could make it through. A whole show without offending someone. Oh, really? Yeah, 3V is pretty cool. I like 3V a lot. Yeah, I definitely can talk. Ask everybody who comes to my vertical streams. I did an hour and 20-minute one the other day. Just big blabbermouth. All right, he's looking here.
A2.
It's A2. Okay. A2.
30 seconds. A2. And I'm sorry, I just had done, and it's down there. I just did one from Poland yesterday. What was in B-cut, BECUT? Am I saying that right?
Interesting.
the knife was
Oh,
a
no,
I'll tell you what's crazy. There's a guy, JR, who basically, I might as well put it this way, just basically sponsors the channel with knives. I mean, all my Fiddleback and LT Wrights and any brand that I want, JR typically has, and he'll buy something and drop ship it to me. I test it and send it back to him.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
So yeah, bro, it's awesome. People, I was going to ask you this too, and this isn't like a complaint fest or bitch fest, but are you at a point now where you would rather get a knife and send it back, or do you get knives and rather give them away? Because see, people think we get into this to get free knives, but I can tell you right now, I'm up to my eyeballs in free knives, and and I'm not complaining. But I'd much rather do like with JR or with Timbo, review them and clean them up and send them right back.
I do some of each. I got to tell you, Scab, I like getting knives in because I literally do a giveaway every Monday night. So it's helpful for me to get, I usually, like tonight, we're going to have 2 knives in the giveaway and a flashlight. And I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't get some of them in.
Right.
You know, I do buy quite a few of the ones I give away too, but matter of fact, I was working on my taxes today and I was looking at how many knives I bought this year, and it was way more than I thought, a whole lot more. And so, but I hear what you're saying truly, because, yeah, sometimes it's just hard to keep up with those, and it's hard to sell them and everything else. So,
well, see,
Jared,
I don't sell them. So well, let me back up on that. If like Work Took Gear sends me knives, I've probably got 60 or 70. I refuse to sell.
Wow. Okay.
But now I have no problem. I have no problem giving them away. I just did the sandwich slicing contest. We gave 3 away. And people will think that I'm griping. I'm not. It's just easier when you get it in. And Rusty is one of the first people who ever sent me stuff to check out. They know what I'm going to do with it. And I've actually eased up, you know.
Right.
I've gone from, I'll say this, and I was going to ask you this too. How much have you learned about knives since you started your channel? And I'm talking about from
everything.
a use standpoint. Yeah.
So I'll tell you, Scab, and my story is a little bit different than a lot of people. I started my channel because I wanted to start buying knives, and I couldn't find reviews that I wanted. There was a lot of guys back then doing really long reviews. I did not want to spend 30 minutes trying to find out about one knife. And I'm not a guy that likes to just skip around and find. I want to watch a review, learn about the knife. And so I literally had maybe 10 knives in my collection, maybe 20, but most of them were garbage. And I started the channel and started doing that. And you know, it from there, I was figuring this up the other day. I bet you I see 400 plus new knives a year, maybe 500. I don't know. And so, I mean, there's no way you can't learn from that. I mean, you learn things, not only learn terms and, you know, about geometry, about sharpening, about all these things, but what you learn is what you like and what you don't like. And back to what you were saying earlier, sometimes what I feel like with me is my preferences have changed drastically from when I started the channel. There's some knives in my collection up here that I wouldn't carry. But at the time, they were, you know, they were great. It was, you know, and so my preferences have changed. Yeah, it's over 9,000. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of knives. And so, and I'm sure Scab has too. So, it's crazy to think about, but I feel like I'm still learning so much. Now, I will tell you, one of my favorite experiences in this whole ride was I met Ben Belkin at Blade Show, what, 4 years ago, whichever, when he was first starting. And so I go in, I start talking to him, but here's how much I knew about slip joints. It was about that much. And so Ben goes back home and he starts sending me 2 or 3 knives at a time from his collection. And he would write this like 2-page diatribe about each knife and about how it was designed and who designed it and everything about the knife, everything. And then we would get on a call and we would just talk about the knives, about different things about slip joints and how the tangs are designed and about that. That was awesome because it was just like from nothing. And he sent me maybe 20 knives from his collection, all high-end stuff. And so that was a huge learning experience for me. Very, very was. So back to what you were saying, if it wasn't for people like Rusty Knife Lover, J.R. Miz, Andrew Hobbert, David Iverson, I don't want to not Keith the Knife Freak Show, who's another one of my moderators, Gorilla. There's piles of people that have sent me knives to review, and I'm sure I just left somebody out. But you're exactly right. Getting people involved, your regulars involved, is awesome. So this JR guy sounds like he's pretty awesome.
Oh, dude, he sent Joe. I think he sent Joe like 11 Medfords and like 10 Hinders to check out. So to have a resource, and then to have a guy like Rusty Knife Lover who gets some really, really good stuff, but who's a wealth of information to go with that, it's fun. This is fun. If it wasn't fun, I'm not doing it.
No, that's exactly right. Well, that's why I do the lives. This part of it is a hoot for me. Kevin Smith, check out Kevin's channel, by the way, guys. 11-month member, and he says thanks, Scab and Casey, for all you do for the community. And Ian, I would say, yeah, reach out to me, man. I would love to. I know I think I saw a small Sabenza and Umnums on. I think that's all I've ever checked out from them. But yeah, very cool. I'm not going to turn that down. Go ahead.
How long does it take you to get to a knife, Casey?
Well, okay. So back to what you were saying. A lot of what I'm reviewing, about half right now. I'm not like Lefty or you. I don't get as many knives sent to me as a lot of folks do. There's a lot of companies that won't send me stuff. So, so I'm still relying a little bit on the pass around groups, and our policy on those pass around groups is 7 to 10 days. So I try to make it, I literally, my goal is to always beat that. I try to be done by 6 or 7 days at the most. Because I'm the first to complain when someone in the pass around group holds up a knife for 3 weeks. So I'm never going to, I never planned to be that guy. Now I've had a couple life things hit me in the face and it happens, but it's the, let's ask him that, Anassa. That's a great question. We'll ask you this question in just a second, but I think, if I have more time with a knife, like if it's a knife someone sends to me, sometimes it's 2 weeks. But if it's a pass around group knife, it's 7 to 10 days. So I have a goofy rule, Scab.
Okay.
And I love knives. And okay, again, you said if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it. So sometimes I see a knife and I really want to buy a knife, but somebody's already either reached out to me and says, I'm sending you this knife, or I know it's going to be available in Kevin's pass around group. So typically I'll wait, I'll get the knife in for review. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this knife. I really need one of these. But I have a policy that if I've reviewed it, I don't buy it. And the reason is I want to save money for the next knife that I'm not going to get my hands on through a pass around group or something else that I want to buy. So I save my money for that knife rather than buying the one that I really loved. It never gets added to my collection. A great example of this is I've always said that I would love to eventually add a Benchmade 940 to my collection. I've reviewed one. I really enjoyed it, but I reviewed that 3 years ago. There's no reason for me to own one. And it won't get that much carry time anyway, because I'm always carrying the stuff that's in for review. So I guess NASA wants to know if you treat things that same way.
Well,
I'm weird.
No, it's not weird. And I was sitting here thinking, dang, that makes a lot of sense. I'll be honest with you. I don't buy knives right now. If I buy a knife, it's something goofy that I want to play with.
Right.
And I'll tell you why. Here's why. I am very, very, I don't have many rules on here, but one of my rules is this. I'm very careful with what I have on my channel, right? So I don't have a lot of, I have maybe 4 or 5 companies that I am fiercely loyal to. And if you see diverse things, you see it from Timbo or from Rusty or from JR. I don't know that I would have time to enjoy one right now. So I don't want to waste the money. If that makes sense.
I agree. That is part of my rule as well, is I don't want to get one in and then it rots in the case. And,
I want to be a good steward of my resources, to be honest with you. Now, there's been knives I've reviewed that I'm like, man,
right, oh father, of course. He tries to get me to break my rule, which, by the way, I'm going to show you the knife that made me break my rule. It's right here. But go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, no. I mean, I was when you were saying that, the deal is this. Here's something else. I don't ask anybody for anything, company-wise. I have never once reached out to a company. I just don't. And I'll tell you why that is. That's not arrogance. That's not anything. It's not anything. When we started the whole Blade Talk thing, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe, I told Joe, now Joe's not scared to ask anybody, which I admire. But I've just
Lefty's the same way. Lefty's the same way. And I will ask people, but rarely.
Yeah, I don't. And here's my rule. If they're coming on Blade Talk, do not ask them for anything. I just don't, because knife companies already and knife makers already get shotgunned they get hundreds, if not thousands, of requests a month, right? I mean, that's all they hear left and right from knife reviews.
I'm sure. Yep.
So I don't, and there will come a time where I don't have the hot hand. And I do want to shout out Byron. I love Byron. I love his channel, Splitting.
Yeah, and there's his check his channel out, and there's his sharpest tool in your toolbox is Megatron. There you go.
She's standing right there. And there she goes.
Yeah.
No, I want to be a good steward of my time. And it's the thing is, I don't want anybody to come on for an interview and feel like, oh my God, they're going to ask me for something.
Right.
And
that's and again, that's the way I feel about it too. I used to kind of go, oh, well, nobody sends me anything. But then I started thinking about it. Well, I don't ask. So it's like I do ask from time to time.
Right.
But I'm not going to badger somebody. I don't do it. And to be frank, it's hurt me the last 3 blade shows now, having a Tempest table, because I don't get up and talk to that many companies and make the connections that a lot of these guys are making, because I'm and please, Freak Show and my son Trevor help me at my table so much, and they try to get me to leave, but I don't want somebody to come to my table that wants to see me or talk to me or get me to talk about my knife and I'm not there.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I have a hard time getting up and leaving at all. Rusty says he loves watching you do interviews. That's cool.
I have fun doing it. Now that's something that I really do enjoy. I really enjoy
Me too.
Really do. I'll tell you the truth. If I could just run a channel on interview and doing things like that, I probably would. I'm fascinated by what people carry. I love hearing that.
Me too.
Whatever. I love that. I love hearing what people use a knife for. I'm intrigued by that. I found most people, Casey, and this has started to kind of guide my reviews and stuff. Most people are not knife people. They need a knife. They want to watch a review. I've got to where I try to cut my videos down 15 minutes or less, as much
Right.
cutting as I can. But most people don't care. They just want a good night. You know, we're a
I
small
agree.
group and we're a small subset. I mean, I tell people all the time, you know, I'm trying to build a channel and I've got a goal in mind. But man, we're a subgenre of a subgenre on social media.
We're
You
a
know?
little gnat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the next milestone, dude. I'm trying to get there. Next week's our 200th episode, and I'm trying to get to 27K by then,
Where
just
you
so
at?
we can have a big celebration. I'm 230 away, 240 away,
Oh, we'll
but
get
we'll see.
we'll get
We'll see. But here's the one I want to show you this, and I don't know if you've seen this knife. This is the carbon buckhorn. I reviewed this mid last year. It's a kin onion design.
okay.
Let me get this case out of my stinking lab so I can get up here closer to the camera. But it's a come on. Oh, come on, really? Okay. So it's a kin onion design, beautiful blade, gorgeous milling, and this haunted me for 4 months after I reviewed it. And I'm just like, screw this stupid rule. I'm getting it. And plus it helped because I named it one of my knives of the year. And so, you know, buying it at the end of the year made a lot of sense because I got it in here for the knife of the year video. So that was the one I broke it for. So
Well, I was going to ask you if you found one that you loved and you knew you would carry, would you break the rule?
yeah, and that's what I did. That's what I did. So it's and it has to be in a decent price range and everything else too, because I'm still not at the point that I'm buying $500 knives at this point, like a lot of these guys are doing. But that's $280. So please don't misunderstand me. It's not a cheap knife. So the 0301 that Scab has is a kin onion.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yep. I think I knew that. Yep. That's a pretty cool one too. So
I've got
really,
this one. My son gave me this one, and I've got an 0303, and they're darn near identical. But I carry this one more because my son gave it to me.
I do not. Again, Ian, it falls into the category of I've gotten his knives through pass around groups, so I don't own one. If you'd be surprised some of the stuff I don't own that I probably should. But again, look, okay, guys, let's just do. Well, I can't tilt my camera right now, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Cavill 24 knife cases. There's a big 48 knife case down here. There's drawers over here with knives in them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'd store this stuff. If you ask Freak Show, I have an 8x8 square in the corner of a room. I got one set of shelves over here and that are off camera and this little shelf, and that's it. So I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's my problem with the fixed blades, man. I've got an entire room.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, I've got stuff. I can't even shoot from the war room anymore. Casey, have I ever showed you my knife, the ChoirBoyz camp knife? Have you ever seen this one?
I don't think so.
This is
cool.
actually a collab between Jed Hornbeak and myself. It's 3B.
Okay.
And at first, I was going to name it the ChoirBoyz Outdoors Camp Knife. But if you look at the acronym for that, it ain't good. So it's just the ChoirBoyz Camp Knife. This is the 3B. This is the drop point. And then Jed is one of my favorites. And when I say collab, I told him what I liked and he did them.
Right.
This is the sheep's foot version.
Sheesh.
It is a beast. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
what's crazy
that's
about
a chopper right there.
Heavy Set Tactical picked one up, and he has messaged me probably 3 times a week since he got it. So if any of your folks are looking for a good custom guy that's reasonable, Jed Hornbeak is the guy. And he's out there. He did the Scabber Stabber. He did a lot of my stuff. but he's a guy in Tennessee that's worth giving a look and getting behind. And I try to support him as much as I can.
Nice. Nice. All right, guys, real quick. Again, I seriously and completely doubt that there are people in my channel right now that don't know who this guy is on camera, but we're going to put his link up real quick. This is Scab from ChoirBoyz Cutlery, ChoirBoyz Outdoors, I should say. Definitely go over and check out his channel. There's the link right there, and you're going to see something that looks a lot like this. Okay, if I can actually work StreamYard tonight. So definitely go check out his channel. Lots of fun stuff going on. If you want to see somebody out actually using the stuff rather than just sitting at a table and cutting cardboard. Now I do use my stuff outdoors, and I do shoot some of it, especially Scab with shorts. I've been doing a lot more outdoors type stuff, but it just depends on what I have in and if it makes sense to use out there. So definitely check him out for sure. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, go do so immediately and have some fun. So
thank you, man.
there you go. And I will say too, Scab, you know, I think you're my kind of dude in that you see something and you go fight for it. You know, you knew what you wanted and you went and did it. Same thing with your weight. You went and kicked its butt and took its name, and you're still working on it, I'm sure. But you know, it's awesome to see you know, putting it all together and having fun with it. I think that's really, really cool.
Thank you. I do want to thank you for having me on. I don't get invited on a lot of these, and I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it because I enjoy it.
Well, I tell you, I was ashamed because I was thinking, who should I invite? Because I was getting at the kind of the time period where I wanted to have, you know, I've been doing a lot of solo ones more recently, and I'm like, I need more guests on because I enjoy it. And I'm like, yeah, Joe Kasparek says, Scab who? Sure. So I was like, well, who haven't I had on? And I literally had this realization, I've never had Scab on. And I'm like, what the world? So
Well,
I knew,
and I
I
believe
had to get on here.
I say Scab who all the time. I don't feel any different than from when I started the channel, man. I really don't. It's fun and it's growing, and I hope it keeps going.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I mean, it's, again, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, and whatever happens. I was spending middle of last year, I was really killing myself about, you know, certain things and trying to, and again, I have improved some things and changed some things, the way I edit, the way I do my pace of my videos, the way, you know, I am doing things differently. But once I felt like I kind of met all those goals, I decided, look, the growth is still not quite happening the way I was hoping. I don't care anymore. You know, it's just, I just walked away from it and said, look, your channel looks good. You fixed the stupid focus issue I was having. I did all these different things and tried to improve things. And at some point, you know, what's got to happen is what happened, you know, with you. And you were saying, and everybody that has kind of blown up has told me they've had some videos go viral. I've still not had anything like that. I mean, the closest thing that I've had to that is I have a short that went to 60K, and I have a long form video that's currently at, shoot, what's that up to now? I think when I looked at it recently, I don't remember. Anyway, it's in the.
Is that the Spyderco video?
The which one?
The Spyderco video that's doing well.
Yeah, but it's you know, when I say doing well, it's a long form that's around 1,500 views, so that's really good for me on a long form video. So that's, I mean, good for me and good for you are two different things. So
my long form don't do. I mean, I have a couple of decent ones, mine, and I don't mind telling anybody, most of my growth, I've got 10 or 12 shorts that have gone over 1 million.
Right.
And it's a lot of that's just luck. That's why I don't.
Oh yeah, 100%. Which is why I can't stress out about it. I can't stress out about it because there's nothing I can do about it.
And to be honest with you, 2 or 3 of them are people making fun. So
right.
You know, I haven't changed. I mean, I'm not important. I have fun with it, and
right.
We're gonna have fun with it.
Nope, and that's how it is. Yeah. So my most viewed long form video is where I compared the Microtech Ultratech and the Kershaw Livewire OTF, and that one's at 40, almost 44,000 views, and that's a long form. So that's incredibly good for me. That is there's nothing else. There's nothing else on my channel even in that zip code. The next closest is at 16,000. So it's that one's kind of crazy.
Anymore, the way they redo the algorithm, that's phenomenal, man. You have a great channel. I love your channel. I duck in a lot of times on the lives. I don't say anything, but I'll put it in the background. And Joe, there he is. Y'all go check out Joe.
Well, and see, Scab, this is another reason right here. When I read stuff like this is why I don't care, because I have literally, I am more proud of the fact that I've built an awesome little community here. I built it. I've co-opted part of a really awesome community. And these people that come to my channel on a regular basis are the most awesome people. So again, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me that was holding the channel back. So recently, like I said, I've been making changes, but I feel like I'm at that sweet spot now, and I'm just going to do my thing and grind. I'm just going to, and whatever happens, you know, I'm just not going to stress about it anymore. And I do believe that YouTube is holding my channel back. And the reason I believe that, they warned me 4 times on my son Trevor, having him on camera. By the way, Trevor is 20. First time I put him on camera, he was 18. Trevor looks like he's 10. And so they literally ripped my video down, demonetized it, told me I was going to get a strike. And I'm like, he's freaking 18. What is wrong with you? And they reinstated the video, but they've done that 4 more times since then. So 5 total. And everything changed after that. I had videos that were going way crazy. It's funny, by the way, Scab, one of my most viewed short is at 61,000 views, and it's Trevor. So it's you know, it's hilarious.
They crushed it. They killed Thrasher. They buried Thrasher.
Yeah. Yep.
And they buried it.
And so he doesn't come on as much anymore simply because of that.
I don't blame him.
That was his choice. Dad, I don't want to kill your channel. And I'm like, no, you come on anytime you want. You come on and do a video. If they want to do something about it, then I'll fight them all the way, because I mean, he's friggin' 20. It's ridiculous. And it's exactly because it's automated. I also think, and again, I think early on, when I had him on and he was 18 and he did look pretty dang young, I think there were some people that reported me.
Absolutely.
And I was told that there were some people that did that. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Zero, nothing. So my dad always used to say, if you fight the things you can't change, you're just wasting your time and flailing at the wind. And yep, that's exactly right.
He was right.
Yep. So I just, exactly, Kathleen. That's Scab does the same thing. He just works his butt off, and that's what we'll keep on doing. Now, I will say this, Scab. I will tell you that every time I do certain types of videos, everybody wants to tell me you're no Scab. So like when I had that olive knife I was telling you about, that big chopper arbor, I had that in here and I chopped at a tree out here. Now, at the same time, in fairness to me, I had just had surgery on my hand.
And you explained that. I thought,
and I was swinging this knife, and it was stinging the poo out of my knife every time I was hitting. But I did it anyway. And, you know, people were like, oh, Scab would have cut through that tree in 2.3 seconds. And I'm like, shut up. What is wrong with you people? So I will say that always cracks me up. It like when I did the video out here with the axe, and I cut through, what was it, water bottles, and Kevin was like, Scab, come set this guy straight. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
That was a great act, by
The other one that really gets me is John from Addicted to Blades. Yeah. Watching that dude out there chopping water bottles with a friggin' you know, sword and stuff. I'm like, come on. Well, he's awesome.
Check out Eric Hussein if you think about it. Eric's
right. I've seen Eric's stuff too.
That's great.
Yeah.
He can cut. Joe
those guys are very.
Cutting.
They know how to handle a blade for sure. Joe does the same. Joe does some pretty cool stuff.
Joe does some really good cuts.
Yeah, but I don't do a lot of it. But when I do it because I'm having fun with it. I mean, I do it, and I love. That's the other one, Scab. I like to go out and feather stick. And no, I am not the daggone Dutch bushcraft guys, okay? So every time I bushcraft, every time I do anything that borders on bushcraft, the bushcraft people come out of the woods and tell me, the lousiest feather sticking I've ever seen. And I'm like, my reply is always, I started a fire with it afterwards. How's that work?
That's a different group there, son. That's different.
It's hilarious.
I go camping in South Alabama with a bunch of them with Blackie.
There you go.
And they wear me out from the time I get out the car. Just because of the big knives, it drives them nuts, but it's fun. We have a good time.
But I am the king of stump sticking.
So I've seen you today sticking it.
I do it all the time with the little dust devil. This is my design with Kubi, and I stick the crap out of this thing. I've got a lot of stumps right now because I just had a bunch of trees cut down, so it's a lot of fun. We have a good time. But let's see. Let me see if I got any questions I missed here. And we're going to let you go pretty quick here because I'm going to move to the giveaway. I asked that one. So we kind of touched on this earlier, but we didn't really sit on it. So let's just see what you say. You seem to get, as a matter of fact, you do videos on this topic quite often. And when you get in your little mood where you're like tongue-in-cheek, like sarcastic with the haters, it cracks me up. I literally can watch those videos 5 and 10 times, so I'm probably the one pushing it out there for you. Because it's whoa, what just happened? That was neat. It's hilarious. So I gotta know the answer to this. How much? I mean, what are we talking here? Are we talking like daily you get the haters? Are we talking is it?
Yes.
Go for it, man.
I have a short up now, world's most deadly knife or something. Seriously, there's I don't even know how many comments, but 99% are just people wearing me out. And at a point, but I do want to say this too. A lot of the stuff that I do is my sense of humor. I'm not mad. I bounced for 20 years. I work in construction. So a lot of times, I tell you what wears me out more is when people are like, oh man, you can't worry about that. I'm not. If people work where I work, we literally in the morning, I'll get there at 6:30, and from 6:30 to 4:30, we're talking trash to each other. So a lot of times with me, it's just, and what's crazy to me is I've got a couple of guys that I mean, they hate my guts, want to fight. And I'm like, how stupid are you? This is the internet. You know what
right.
You know? So
yeah, and you know, I think here's the deal. I'm a guy who maybe likes knives a little bit, so I'm out there But I kind of I've had a bad day, or I got a bad attitude, or my wife hates me, or whatever it is. And I go out there on YouTube and I create a name. I'm a dork and so are you, or whatever. And I can hide behind that name, and I can go out here and I can just trash people. And, you know, the one that cracks me up the worst, look, okay, there is no secret that my style, I don't have a script sitting here while I'm doing a video. My style is completely extemporaneous. I do my thing. And you know what? Sometimes I screw up. The other day, and most of the people in this chat were very kind about it, okay? Kaiser has 1,000 knives.
Mhm.
And when I prepare for the video, I call up on my computer, I call up the specs of the knife. And accidentally I was going, and by the way, there are like 42 different Kaiser Militas. So I called up the mini Milita, and I thought I called up the titanium one. And of course, I'm on camera. I pull my computer up and I read the specs. And I've just said the knife was titanium 3 times. And in the specs, I say it's G10. It's grade G10. And most of the people that called it out were like, hey, just wanted you to know, you said this, that's not right. And that's fine. But man, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's G10. You don't even know what you're talking about. You shouldn't have a channel. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Those are people that failed at channels. That's who that is.
Right. Those are people that failed at something and just want to take it out on somebody else instead of kicking their dog, which if that's what they're going to do, come kick me all day long, leave your poor dog alone. And I'm good with it.
The same thing, Casey. I don't, and maybe I should script some of it or make an outline. But and I'll be honest with you, like even when I do my narrations, I just talk because I'm watching it for the first time, like, and I screw up all the time, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are real cool about it.
Yeah. When I first started my channel, I had a outline. Yeah. And I had a ton of people. Casey, you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
And I did. Because when you're relying on that, I got to get this point in. I got to get this point in. If I'm just reacting to the knife, it's more natural, like we're just having a conversation. And so I would rather make a mistake here and there than, you know, and the other one are the people that just, you know, they're sure a knife is pronounced a certain way and they want to make sure you know you pronounced it wrong. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah, with that, I'm sure I don't care. I mean,
no.
With the names of some of these knives, it's just like, dude, come on, man.
Nope. There's no way. We were talking about that the other day. I do my best, and if it's wrong, I leave a link and you can go find it, and your educatedness can tell you how to say it properly. So
I'm not,
it's the French pronunciation. Yes, it is always. Oh gosh. I got to go back and watch old school KC Robot. Yeah, it's mixed somewhere in there. Anyway, so Keith was asking, I got 2 questions I saw, and then we'll let you go in a minute. This is a Dolica. Are you familiar with the Dolica?
Yeah.
Keith wants to know if you have one.
I do not.
He does not, Keith. Keith is the president of the Dolica Club. And so, Keith, take care of my man. He needs the greatest knife of all time.
I'll tell you this: I never liked Spyderco until I owned a Spyderco, and it's the craziest thing in the world. Now I love Spyderco.
There you go.
It's crazy.
But this isn't a Spyderco. This is the dollar store mock-up of a Spyderco.
Okay.
So that's what this is. As a matter of fact, it's broken.
And it's a Dolica?
It's called the Dolica because it costs $1 at the dollar store.
I'll have to find me one. I'll check it out.
Keith will take care of you. You'll get the full treatment. You just wait. Don't anybody tell him. But Keith, take care of the man.
I'll do
it. You'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And then Nasso asked a question. I was going to ask you about China versus US, but I actually think this is a better topic because everybody knows how we kind of, you and I both, we like the U.S. knives, but we won't shy away from the China knives either. So it's, it is what it is. We would prefer more stuff be in the U.S., but you gotta look at everything. So Anasso asked your thought on clones. I'm pretty cut and dried when it comes to clones. So we know the Ganzos of the world and the Ethan Grows of the world, they're out here making what we call clones. And my definition of a clone is, for example, the Microtech SOCOM Bravo, what's it called? SOCOM Elite, Bravo Elite, whatever it is. That thing, Ethan Grow just made a direct copy of that and put it out there. And my policy, again, by the way, I have too many policies. My next policy is no more policies. And so that one is, if a company has done a direct ripoff like that, I won't review one of their knives. I don't review Ganzo. I don't review Ethan Grow. So what's your thoughts on clones?
I'm the same way, and I'll tell you why. I have, and I didn't before I started doing this, but some of my dearest friends in the knife community are designers.
Yep.
And here's the other side. Some of the people that I don't like the most are designers, but I'm not going to take money out of their pocket. And I don't have a problem with the Chinese thing. I have a lot of thoughts on that. We don't have time tonight.
Yeah,
but my thing is this: I'm not going to take money out of a man's pocket, no matter how good. That's just me. I'm not. I will say this. Let me say this.
Yeah,
I do think there needs to be a channel that takes on clones, that brings them on to show you the difference. It's not going to be me, and I know a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he had a great idea, but he said, man, I can't do it because all my buddies will. But the thing is, if you don't have somebody doing that, then decent people get suckered, right? If you're talking about clones or direct knockoffs. Now, clones I don't support at all. Maybe direct knockoffs is what we need to have a channel for. But no, I'm with you on that 100% on the clones.
Yeah, but again, back to see, there's a fine line there. And the fine line is, for example, I'll give you the perfect example. It's in my pocket. This is a new knife from Vosteed. And this is called the Porcupine. And I've had two schools of people out there. Some of them are like, this looks like the Oz Knife Company Roosevelt, which is a very high-end knife. Not really. It doesn't. And then some people are thinking it looks like another budget knife, which is the Miguron Moyarl. What I don't want to do, Scab, is that. I don't want to do that, because there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of knives, and it can have some similarities to a knife without being a copy. People I know as a designer, when I'm designing a knife, it's because I've been thinking about it for 3 days of, what if I did this blade shape, or what if I did this thing, or what if I did that? And then I get out my paper, and I'm not pulling out of my case another knife and tracing it and going, and then I can make this little change or make that. I don't do that. That's not what I'm doing. So I want to be careful not to get in that frame of mind of everything is a copy of this or that or the other. But what I'm talking about is a direct copy of a knife, and then they sell it for 1/10 of the price and go, it's the same, thing. And as much as I can't stand Benchmade, that happens to them all the time. Their stuff is cloned constantly, and it's crazy.
I'm not Elfin Grow come out and knocked off a lot of Work Tough Gear stuff, and that ran up one side of me, and that just because those guys are my friends. If they stop sending me knives tomorrow, and I could go another 10 years doing videos, they're still my friends. And you're taking money out of, You know, and people, what I hate too is sellouts. And what I'm saying there is somebody who will take a copy and you know, just act like it's the greatest damn thing in the world. And people don't realize too, Casey, I will say this. I've never wanted to be any kind of influencer at all. I just want to have fun with it. But I do realize that people look at my videos and I do have a real problem with folks who take a clone, make it out to be something it's not. And people say, oh, you can't fool me. I can go back there and take a knife that's a Frost or whatever, and I can make it look like $1 million, and so can you. I have a problem with that, you know.
Yep. And I, you know, and again, that's one of the reasons I developed a style that's sort of mine. You know, it's still, my blades look like other things, but they have a little bit of kind of my stamp on them. So hopefully I can keep that up. But I'm telling you guys, there's a finite number of designs out there, because if there has to be, or they won't work. I mean, the thing is, it has to work, and so it's just tough. I hear all the time, this looks like that, this looks like that, and I try not to get sucked into that. But clones, direct clones, yes, I agree. Loot, Mark, hello, sir. Clones, direct clones, there just should be no place for it. But the problem is, the Walmart Kershaw guy, the guy that only buys the $20 knife or the $10 knife, he's always going to jump at a knife he's seen before that he knows is a $200 or $300 knife, and now it's $30 or $20. He's going to jump all over it. So, you know, I don't know how you fix it, but it's an interesting one to discuss. All right, dude, we're going to let you go because I need to jump over and do a quick giveaway and get off of here. I want a clone of myself. There you go, Joe. So we'll get you on again, but at some point. But guys, seriously, thank everybody. Drop a thank you in the chat for Scab. And again, if you by some weird coincidence don't, you know, you've been living in a cellar somewhere and you don't know who ChoirBoyz Outdoors is, go over. Here's the link one more time. Go over and check my brother out. You look, we're totally different, you know, not really that much different, but we're different in how we go about things. And I always say, guys, if you see a knife on my channel, go find another channel and compare it. Don't just go by what I say, because you may not completely agree with. I get that all the time. I get, you know, I'll say, I hate the way this knife feels in my hand, and the next guy says, this thing feels great in my hand. And it's like, that's why I say listen to multiple reviews.
I'm with you.
Always. So definitely appreciate you, my man. And
thank you, man. Listen, seriously, thank you. This means the world to me, and to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for all your love and support. Appreciate you, brother.
Nice. All right. Have a good one and take care of yourself.
Later, brother.
All right, guys. That was Scab from, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by. You guys are the best. I was in the cellar too. Nice blade shooter. Blade shooter's in the cellar. I appreciate Scab taking an hour and 20 minutes out of his time. I didn't mean to keep him that long, but it was a lot of fun. So let's head over to the giveaway. We will show you guys what we're doing and what we're giving away. It is a handful of stuff here. But first, we're going to say the following. We are doing a giveaway, and in this giveaway, we are going to put up a hashtag, and you are to enter that hashtag exactly how you see it on the screen one time. Please only use one account per person. That's the only fair way. If I think you're cheating and using multiple accounts, I will disqualify you in a heartbeat. It's in the rules. I got you. Please, you have to have a U.S. mailing address, and I need for you to be able to provide that address within, I need you to be here and be able to tell me you're here within 2 minutes of drawing your name. So there we go. Let me put tonight's hashtag Rooney up here, and we will get this started, and then I will show you guys what we are doing. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I got it. All right, this is the absolute perfect because it's about to be cold as crap tonight. And so this is how I feel about it. There is your there is your lovely hashtag winter sucks in all caps. Let's do it. Very, very cool. Let's start with the first thing in the giveaway tonight is the Tool Along Sailboat multi-tool from our buddy Tim B. These are just a super big lot of fun. Tim is a great dude. Tim is patient with me when I don't read his comments. Tim is awesome. So check that out. Then we have Kelly White in the chat. Kelly has provided some really cool paracord items. This is a monkey fist ball tapper, or whatever you want to call it, in this beautiful blue. Very, very nice. All right, as I show stuff, I'm going to sit it over here because I don't have enough room on my table. We have an Olight i3T EOS in plaid, I believe this one is. It might be black. It's either black or plaid. But there you go. And then we'll show the knives after I draw, which is about a minute away. We have a huge pile of swag. I haven't seen Ashlyn yet tonight, so I'm assuming we don't have a bunny. She worked early this morning, so she may not get around to one today, but we're definitely going to have one. We'll make sure she does one for next week. But here's the deal, guys. I thought tonight was supposed to be number 189, and we're actually doing 186 tonight because apparently I missed that one. So we'll go back to 189 next week. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got out of order, it looks like. So that's what we have on the butter knife. We have a huge pile of stickers and swag. We have a big red EDC SKL patch in there. We have O Father. We have Lefty EDC. We have SMKW pins and pin blades, blade binge. You name it. There's a little bit of everything in here. Some Tempest stuff, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Yep, they are. They are out of sync. That is my fault. All right, 30 seconds, guys, and we will draw. And I'll show the rest of what you're going to get after we draw, okay? Boom. All right, about 15 seconds, and then we are going to draw a wiener. Again, you do need a U.S. mailing address. If you don't have one, we'll have to move on. So, all right, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bam! 84 people. Pretty good odds tonight. So let's roll this puppy and pick a winner. Boom. Oh, Jason Rogers. Okay. I was like, I pointed at the wrong time. I am so bad at this. Jason Rogers. Hello. Let me know you are here, please. Where are you? Where is Jason Rogers? We'll give you 2 minutes. Can we ping him? Hey, Cole. Jason Rogers. Where you at, Jason? Where you at? Where you at? He just responded. Where are you sure? Up there he is. Hey, Jason. All right, Jason, send me an email. I'll try to get this out tomorrow. Send me an email, knivesfast@gmail.com, and I will get it out. So let's see what else you got here. You get a Rosecraft Blades leather knife slip, okay, courtesy of Andy over there at Rosecraft. And then he sent me two this time of the knife. This is the Cocklebur Creek Trapper. And this is super nice. Now I will say This one I noticed, and maybe that's why he gave me an extra one to give away. There's a little kind of ding in the blade. So just so you know, I know that's there. It's not a big deal. I mean, it ain't going to hurt anything. But there you go. It is in this beautiful rosewood. There's your shield and everything. Pretty. So not close to winning. Well, pins and pin blades hung up there for like 5 seconds. So I thought it was going to be him. That was weird. Uh-oh. Is she asking? Oh, you forgot. Okay, well, we'll just get one for 200 next week, girl. I know you worked hard today. Get one for 200 next week for episode 200, okay? Or if you have time, you can do it, but no pressure. I try not to pressure her. She does these to be fun and cool, and it's up to her. Yep. All right, if you want to do it, but we might be done, but we can just slip it in there. Next, Jason, is the Vosteed Raccoon Pup in black G10, blue thumb stud, and a black 14C. 14C, yep. Blade, little guy, but really cool little knife. You can get 4 fingers with that choke up point. Really cool indeed. So that's what you're getting, Jason. So you've got the tool along sailboat, Olight flashlight, a monkey fist, a Rosecraft 2-blade trapper, and a Vosteed raccoon cub. If you ask me, or pup, excuse me. If you ask me, that's a heck of a giveaway. I dig it. So very cool. Jason, just shoot me that email with a U.S. mailing address, and we will get you taken care of. Congrats to you. All right. I'm trying to, there we go. Sorry, I'm really bad at this tonight. I'm tired. So very cool. It was fun having Scab on. Now let's see. Next week, where's my little card? My cheat card. Here it is. Next week is the 200th episode. And then the next week after that is Greg and TC from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And then the week after that is Ben from Jack Wolf yet again. And I don't have anything set up past that. So that's what we have next week is you guys and me for the 200th KFLive. And then, like I said, the week after that is Greg and TC. Yeah, Jason, very cool. I'm glad you like it, man. Yeah, I'd like to get there, but if it doesn't, I mean, no big deal in ASO. I'm not stressed about it. I'm really not. I know some of you think I am. I'm not. I'm really not. It's not that big of a deal anymore. It has been because I'm weird, but it's not. So, yeah, it's supposed to, let's see what it's down to here now. It's 16 degrees right now. Not good. And it's saying the low is going to be 16, but I don't believe it because it also said the low was going to be 19 and it's already 16. So that's not cool. So I don't know what the low is actually going to be because the weatherman doesn't know what the low is actually going to be. But let's just say it's way too freaking cold. Stupid. I don't like cold weather. I don't know. I know. But I hope you guys had a good time. There you go. There you go, Anassa. Negative what? Okay, Mike, wait. Okay, Mike, I just got to tell you, that makes me hurt. I'm in pain reading your comment. I do not care for that. What? James, how high? What elevation are you at? James, did you move? Wow. 9 in Michigan, 5 in Michigan, -9 in well, I don't know if David wants me to say where he is, but there we go. What? Very cool, Papa. Good to see you, man. Tonight is 1 116. Tonight is 116. Do you want me to wait? Or do I go ahead and sign off? Because I was about to sign off. I can wait a couple. All right. I'll stay. I see ya. And then I'm going to go get my shower because I'm tired. And I'm actually hungry, believe it or not. I ate dinner, but it's gone. I appreciate that, Brian. We have a lot of fun here. I think without you guys, this would suck. Just being honest. It absolutely would suck. All right, we're going to put that and that there. And I'm definitely carrying this guy tomorrow. I can tell you that. The beautiful Kentucky Holler Jack will be in the pocket tomorrow. Oh, come on. You got to focus. Thank you. Yeah, that'll be in the pocket tomorrow. 3 here feels like -7. Jeez. Sounds like Michigan's like all over the place. Go away, Michigan. You're drunk. All right, so we'll start putting stuff away and digging out a slip to carry that in. Yeah, we're definitely going to carry that tomorrow because that one's cool. 24 with a chill factor 15. I think it's, what does it say here? It is currently 16, but it feels like 9. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, I get it. But without you guys, this would be completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Looks like the Buckeyes are just owning. That's crazy. Yep. Supposed to only be a high of 26 here tomorrow. No. Oh, my gosh, David. Holy heck. Okay, David, remind me not to come visit you. I would die. I would just, yeah, I'd be done. There'd be no more KC. I would be completely done. You would never hear from me again. Yeah, that would be the end of KC. 100%. I would just be a splatter on the side of the road. All right, we'll carry this fixed blade tomorrow too, and then I got to figure out one more. I would shatter. Yep, me too. We need you, Casey. Don't go. Nope, not going to where David is. Or, holy crap, Douglas. No, Douglas, no. No. No, Terry, no. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. All right, let's pick out. Where's that case? It's right here. Let's pick out what other knife I'm carrying tomorrow. Oh, you know what would go really well with that? This would go really good with the abalone. I may have to carry this. What? Oh, she's here. Everybody say hi to the queen.
What's up?
Are you sick?
No.
Sound sick. Hi. I think I'm going to carry the Morpheus tomorrow because I think that teal will look really good. Here, tell me, Ash, does that color look good with this knife that I can't dig out of my pocket?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right, we got a killer bunny here. Put this away. Okay.
I like this knife. I want one.
Well, I just got it here, so leave me alone.
I want one. Look at it. Look at how cool this is.
Yeah, it is cool. Now go away. I'm kidding.
Mine.
Everybody's always trying to steal my knives.
You don't give me
All
cool
right.
ones like that.
This is, you have cool knives. Don't even start
I have
with
cool
me.
knives. I said I didn't have a cool one like that.
Killer Bunny 116, the Killer Clown Bunny. Uh-oh. This one's looking at us from a sewer grate.
He's too cute to look at.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's funny. Why has he got curly hair? Because clowns have curly hair. Stupid.
Duh.
Very cool. All right. Let me stick that in the sticker pack. Very nice. There you go, Jason. Mr. Rogers, you get the killer bunny after all. Ashlyn took care of you. And then she'll make something cool for next week. Yes. I'm matching the knife to my underwear and my purse. That is correct. You jerk. What?
I'm gonna steal this.
No, you're not.
Guys, can I steal this from him?
No, I got to review it.
Then can
When
I
did
steal-
those drop, Tim? Did we ever find out when the Kentucky Holler drops?
Where's the art for this one?
That's not a Jack Wolf.
Well, I'm saying where's
It's this right here.
the box I meant. I didn't mean art, I meant box. I was curious.
Yeah, he does really cool.
Yeah,
It's
see?
the Kentucky Holler.
I
Jack.
told you.
You sound like a frog. TRAD, traditional pocket knives. Tim's probably answered me, so why am I searching? Let's go see what Tim said. Send me a picture. Okay, I got you, Tim. Tempest Knives bunny sticker. Yeah, we can do that. I'd pay her for that. She
This
did me
is
one of
cool.
those. Yeah, that is cool. All right, C. Reisner. Upcoming releases. Finch. Okay, here we go. Looks like they drop.
In
Oh.
9 days.
Oh, okay. I got plenty of time. They don't drop till the 30th. And they are going to be wow. $110, guys. That's so we're 154 CM, and this must be steel then. It must be steel frame and not titanium. Yeah, stainless steel. Which, it's only 2.8 ounces, so that's great. Sheesh. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, $110. Looks like it comes in. Well, let's see. I bet you the Stag is more. Let's see. I don't know. Austin, usually does them all. Yeah, 120. So $10 more for the Stag. And then it looks like there's a red bone and a yellow bone.
See, here's the funny thing is I'm not a huge fan of most colored things like this.
Yep.
But I like abalone. Because it reminds me of seashells and stuff.
It is a seashell.
Well, I'm saying it reminds me of.
So the yellow bone and the red bone are 110 as well. Gosh, stop.
I'm gonna steal this.
Yeah, I do remember now. Well, you can't right now because I got to review it. Thank you, Brian. There you go, guys. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up because I am tired and I got to go and get a shower. She sells seashells on the KC show. There you go.
She sells seashells down by the seashore, and I'm stealing your knife.
You're not
I'm
stealing
stealing
it.
your knife.
You're not stealing it because it's going to get a review.
I'll steal it after you review it.
You will see. We will see.
You
Then you're taking it away from these nice people because I might give it away.
give it away to me.
All right, Jason, thank you. Hey, guys, just got Jason's email. Let Ashlyn do the review. Okay. All right. Jeez. Sorry, my daughter woke up and wanted me to return her. What? Return her in. Oh, you mean tuck her in? Return her and tuck her. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Sorry, Ash, it's mine. There you go. All right, guys, we will talk to you later on. I gotta go because I'm tired. So I worked on my taxes today. I had a day off from work where I worked on my taxes all day and didn't even finish. So retuck her in. Okay. Well, you tell Cora good night from us. All right, guys, have a good one. Comment. Make sure you're subscribed to the Knives Fast channel and hit that notification bell to all. And stick around. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.